Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Go Daleo Realty team. We are going to go over the market here in the four counties of DFW and what we see happening to the real estate market. Just from a high level perspective, a lot of what we've seen in a very strong real estate market and stock market is really driving the economy nationally. Locally here too in North Texas, we see that happening. Now the tailwinds of the real estate, we're going to see if there's strong enough tailwinds to push us past the uncertainty of the election coming up next week, as well as COVID-19. But let's get through these slides, and we can take a look at what's going on in the market. So the first thing is active listings, and we've seen a decline year over year of nearly 35%. But we've been seeing this too, is the amount of people that are staying on the market has been in decline. So it's down almost 6% month over month. And if you look at the buyers that are in the market, there's not a whole lot for them to choose from. So we're gonna have the Go Daleo team weigh in any commentary on each of these slides. So Brian, I'm gonna pick on you real quick. You've been working with a lot of buyers, and you've been going through these active listings. What have you seen in the market in terms of the available inventory?
Yeah, that it's. I'm not. It seems to me that there is a lot of inventory, but it's probably because of the price range that I'm working in.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're seeing active listings in the price range that you're looking for your buyers. What's that price range that you've been? Are you like below 350?
Yeah, so you're looking below 350. So from 200,000 to like, well, sorry, there was one that was 350. So you're looking from like, say, 200,000 to 350.
Got it. Amir, are you seeing similar?
I think, yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next slide here on the median sales price. And this is, kind of what we are leading into from Brian's comments. But the median sales price improved $9,000 or 3.6% month over month. And year over year, we're favorable 33,000 or nearly 15% year over year. So it's interesting. We're seeing the active listings decline, but price increases are still on the incline, and that's been indicative of a strong housing market we've seen in North Texas. Collin County still is at the highest median sales price of $364,000, but Dallas has seen the biggest improvement year over year. And Brian, you've been in Dallas. You've been working in the Dallas market. Any comments there from either you or Amir on pricing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the prices are actually kind of jumping up. And the reason why is because we have such a low interest rate right now.
Yep.
There's such a low interest rate that a lot of people who have been renting are like, why in the world am I renting? I can get into a house for such a great price.
Yep.
So you have a lot of people that are wanting to buy now because of lower interest rates, and then you have a lot of people moving into Texas from other countries and also from other states.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Samantha, over we had our listing in Las Colinas, and so that's Irving, and we saw the recent activity in that area really start spiking. I don't know if you saw where the pricing has increased just in that neighborhood since we listed that house.
I was surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, we saw a house that, 2 months ago probably would have listed for about 450.
Mhm.
And it came onto the market a couple of weeks ago at $480,000.
Yeah, they're creeping up to 500,000 now.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. And so
Yeah.
the other thing that we're seeing is as the prices have increased, the rest of the real estate industry has to catch up, right? Because we know that the appraisals are still looking at activity from March and April, and is it supporting these increases that we're seeing on the homes that are being listed? Amir, are you seeing anything?
Uh, a little bit, I think, for after the summer, a little bit, I think many offer because the market is seller marketing. Many
Yeah.
offer I saw is over the principal.
Yes.
I think so. This reason a little bit grew up this year. It depended how many house sold is very because I think so many offer I saw many offer the over very over the seller price.
Yeah,
Maybe affected the seller.
you're absolutely right. So I would say looking at the data from 2019, you saw that the actual sold price versus list price was below like 98% for 2019. For 2020, it has been solidly 100%. So the homes that are selling, they are either selling at list price or a little bit above. And Brian, you definitely have experience in seeing the competitiveness of home pricing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw this. There's one that we went to look at. In the morning, this house was listed for 220. Now this is in Garland too. Okay.
Yeah.
The house was listed for 220. And then so my client saw it. He really liked it a lot. So we were going to write a contract on it. I get home to pull up the MLS listing, to print it out.
Yeah.
And it's jumped up to 250, 30,000 higher.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And so I called the agent, it's like, what's going on? He goes, well, there were just so many people looking at this and wanting it that the owner decided to change the price. So that was in one day, and then whenever we didn't get of course we didn't get I wrote the contract, but it was below the 259 that the guy was asking. And then I saw that, that we didn't get it, that we lost the contract. And so the listing had gone to 269.
Wow.
They're 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's very affected this time. Rob, in reality, I believe that this time all the chart and everything maybe not we can trust because after the COVID, the situation is changed. It is not the regular. That reason many things maybe you can compare for this year and last year because this year the COVID, the election, many things is affected the market. A little hard to compare with other the last year, next year. I don't know, but this time a little bit hard to figure out.
Yeah, well, the one thing we have definitely seen this year an impact on COVID is that seasonality that we normally see, we have not seen that this year.
Yeah.
All right, and so I think that's definitely COVID related, and definitely the election is playing into that as well. But you see the sales price just continues to grow. And to your point, Amir, when COVID hit, right, if you look at this March 2020, you see that the cyclical seasonality was there, right? So January to March, we saw the increase, which typically you're going to see that as people start looking for schooling, right?
Yeah.
But then COVID hit this market and you saw the decline. That's where everybody pushed pause. What's going to happen? And then, you know, based on the Texas response and then school coming into play again, look at that increase from 210 to 238. That's a huge pop right there. And
Yeah.
then we got right back in. So yes, I think we have in 2020. It has not been a mirror to history in this market.
Yeah.
Good comments. All right, price per square foot. This is one of those things. It's to me, it's a metric that is very easy to take a look at, but sometimes it's a misnomer. But all in all, price per square foot has improved month over month by $3 or 2.5%, year over year by nearly 13% of $14 up $14. Dallas County is at the highest at 150. And you'll see that the improvements in the market really are across the market, but mainly in Dallas and Collin County. So here we see the price per square foot in Dallas has improved the most, nearly 8% year over year. Any commentary on what you guys are seeing in price per square foot?
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, if the price increases, the price per square foot is going to increase.
Yeah. From a metric, Brian, you know, and from what, you know, maybe an appraiser is looking at price per square foot, is this more of a consumer metric or are we really
Well,
using
I
this
mean,
as
it's
a
just,
guideline?
what this is just showing that, yes, the price, you know, the home prices are increasing.
Yeah.
So of course, the price per square foot is going to increase.
Yeah. It's one for one there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next metric. Median days on market. This is probably the biggest impact that I've seen personally. It's flattened out in the recent months, but year over year, days on market is down 12 days or almost 43% year over year from last September. And you know, this is really, it's interesting. We've had clients that we have basically gotten word from them, hey, I saw this house, I want to go see it. By the time that they send that email to us or that phone call to us and we look it up in MLS, the house is already pending.
Yeah.
You guys seen similar?
Yeah. It's already under contract. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and it's crazy. Now, the other thing is, you know, from a consumer perspective, if you see the house that makes sense from a data perspective, you know, if you see, you know, you're pre-approved and you see a good schools, good community, this is the house you want to be in. I highly encourage you to pull the trigger. Just get into the game, make an offer, because some of the things we've already talked about is it's competitive bidding going on right now, and the pricing is at list price or even higher, and the days to take to sell it have been dramatically reduced. So this is not the environment that you can do a whole lot of analysis on homes. If it feels right, go with your instinct. Amir, what do you see in terms of the days on market and as an indicator for consumers to act now?
Yeah, Rob, exactly. This one is follow the rules, demand and supply. You know, demand this area this time, demand is go high, supply a little bit down. That reason we have it too much. The reason rise the price exactly this one.
Yeah. Yep.
And, and I would say, because I have a guy that I'm working with and he's bought 2 homes in the past. So this is his 3rd house. So he came, the first time we met, he was, to me, he was talking to me like this is the same kind of market that his past homes were.
Yeah.
You know? And so he was good that, okay, we're going to negotiate. And so the house is listed for 359. Well, I'm going to say 349. He told me like, we're going to do 349. And I was trying to explain to him, like, this is not the market that was before, and trying to, let him know what was going on. Like this presentation is good for these guys because, he's thinking I'm trying to swindle him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, we're going to have to more than likely ask this price. This is a good home, it's in good condition, and it's in a good neighborhood, and it's in a good district, and it's in a good location, and this house is going to go quickly, and more than likely it's going to go for above what the asking price is, and he's thinking I'm trying to swindle him,
Yep.
because
Absolutely.
in the past it wasn't like that, in the past it wasn't like that. So doing a presentation like this is going to be helpful for those folks to see the reality of this is what the market is, man. This is what's going on.
I think I lost the presentation. So let's see, where were we? Right there. No, right here. Okay.
Yeah, this one exactly to show me that demand is high this time after the April.
Yes.
May demand goes high, and the June demand is high. The reason, interest is down a little bit, less house. I think so. Your next page is to talk about the house in the market. Yeah, the supply.
Yeah.
It goes down.
Yeah, and so this definitely, is an
Related
indicator
together.
of the strong sellers market right now. To your point, Amir. All right, so the way that we calculate this is we look at what is the current inventory of homes for sale, and we divide that by pending sales from over the last year. So this will tell us how many, if we didn't add any more inventory to the market, how long would the current inventory last based on demand? So we're at 2 months right now. That's not a whole lot of demand. I mean, a whole lot of inventory where the demand is still active. The point where we decide, where this indicates whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market, is right there at about 4 months. 4 months is really where everything is operating pretty efficiently. And right now we're seeing that the supply is pretty significantly down, 33% year over year, at only 2 months worth of supply. The biggest impact right now is Collin County. Collin County is down 58.3% year over year. And that's where we saw the price increase, right? So if we go back to what you were saying, Amir, on supply and demand, that's why we saw the biggest increase in pricing was in Collin County. Any other comments?
The same comment, all the related together.
Yep.
Yeah, this should help out the new home sales.
Yeah, and interesting. I saw that new construction, which has been high and through COVID and everything, all of a sudden it may be slowing now in new homes constructed. Yeah, there was weird. There was a recent article that I had read that. But I think we definitely should keep an eye on that. I know that a couple of the builders that I've talked to recently, they incentives. So here's the key thing, right? Incentives are going to start popping in new construction. Some pretty strong incentives will start popping. I know that there's an increase and widening of what the sales agents are able to sell. They're not being confined as they were in the past. So the pads that are available now, the homes that have been built, the inventory there, I think we're going to see a strong incentive. So for our clients that are looking in the market, where you're seeing some pricing start increasing, you may see some value in new construction. All right, here's homes for sale. This is your our available inventory, the total number. So you see a 2-month decline. So at 11,651, we're at the lowest point that we have been in 4 months. So down month over month by 8.7%. Still favorable year over year by 15%. And new listings, and this again is to me, it's a little shocking with the demand as high as it is right now. People coming into the market and putting their homes for sale. And this is both new construction and existing inventory, but we are down now. The lowest point we've been in 5 months at 12,685. We're down just over 9% month over month, down almost 7% year over year. And we've been talking ad nauseum on the supply just being down, and probably will continue to decline through the year, which again, I think if the demand is there and the pricing is increasing, if you're thinking about selling, you're in a situation where you're going to receive competitive bids. It's not going to be on the market for very long. It may be a good time for you to put your home up for sale. What do you think, team?
Yeah, I think that's true that their house will sell real quickly. There's probably that kind of balance that person wanting to sell. It's like, well, I want to sell my house, it'll be high, but then the house that I want to buy is going to be a lot higher too. They're kind of, maybe that's why they're not just really lots of people wanting to list their houses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think,
Hey, well, what am I going to buy? Look at that price of that now,
Yeah, and what we saw earlier in the years, there was a lot of people that were, again, because of COVID, they were looking to purchase a larger house, right? So they were upgrading, upsizing their current living condition because they were spending more time together in the house.
Right.
And, as Texas has opened up, more so, and people are going into the office, or the places of business, maybe they're not spending as much time together in the house, and that drive, that motivator is not as strong as it was several months ago. Right. And homes sold. And this is just the, again, inventory is down. So as inventory continues to decline, the amount of homes actually sold are also declining. Still positive year over year by 15%, but down nearly 9% month over month. Tarrant and Tarrant County has the most homes sold at 2,700, just over 2,700. But the homes sold in Denton County is up year over year by almost 30%. And I've definitely seen that a lot of activity is looking at Denton County. So and I think it's also following the job market. Any comments?
No, it's interesting to see that.
So that's the market update from Go Daleo. Any final comments, Brian, Amir, Samantha, what you're seeing?
No, it's really interesting.
No, it's good. Yes, good info.
Yeah.
So from our perspective, two things. If you're a buyer looking to come into the market, to Brian's point of there could be some relocation. The jobs are still here. Job market is good in this North Texas area. So if you're a buyer, just know that you're going to be in a competitive environment. It is a seller's market. Pricing is at list price. So, the realtors that are involved are doing their due diligence and competitive market analysis and pricing, and homes are selling at or greater than list price. So, just from a buyer perspective, know what you're looking at. From a seller's perspective, again, what are the key motivators for you to sell your house? Right now, there's not a whole lot of inventory, so you don't have the competition to sell your house like you may have had last year. Right now, there's a greater propensity for you to sell your house in a short amount of time and get the price point that you were looking for.
Yeah.
And Amir, Samantha, any final
Yeah.
comments? Well, I appreciate you watching the market update from the Go Daleo team. And for Brian, Amir, and Samantha, we thank you and look forward to speaking to you soon. Like anything else, message us, get in touch with us. We'd be more than happy to help you find your dream home. And also, if you just want to see what your current house is, valued at in this market, give us a call and we'll help you do that as well. Thank you and have a great day.